The mother of all golden crosses is rapidly approaching Bitcoin. Take a look at this chart right here. The 3-day golden cross. It's only happened 2 other times in Bitcoin's entire history, and both of them were absolutely explosive. In today's video, I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to be ready for, what this cross means, and what we should be preparing for as we speak. If you're new here, welcome in. My name is Steve. On this channel, we do it different. We stand out from the crowd. When they go left, we go right. We base it all on the facts and the charts. If you like facts and the charts, hit that subscribe button right now. So there's a lot happening up at the top of our chart, right? We have the 3-day golden cross rapidly approaching, but in the middle of the chart, we have potentially even more happening. We have with the RSI, something that we have been inside of for 1 year straight, and it's looking very exciting. And then at the bottom of the screen, we've got to talk about what's happening with the ADX in DI. There's 3 components. We're going to break it down pound for pound. I wanted to show you this chart as well. There are tons of things happening with this chart that we have to cover. And we've got price action up at the top holding critical support. We've got critical things happening in the RSI and critical things with a major cross just happening in the stochastic RSI. I'm going to cover this chart exclusively for our exclusive FFA members in a live video on Wednesday. I'm not going to be covering this chart this week on YouTube. It's going to be for our exclusive FFA members, and I'm going to cover it in a live video on Wednesday. And if you're inside the FFA and you missed the live video, not to worry, it's recorded. You'll have it at your fingertips. But let's get back to today's video, the mother of all golden crosses coming. So let's break it down. We're on the 3-day chart. We're on the Bitcoin US dollar index, and we have this golden cross, death cross. Now, essentially the green line is the 50 MA and the red is the 200. Anytime you have the green MA cross down through the 200, that's a death cross. And then when you have it cross back above, that's a golden cross. You can look at golden crosses, death crosses on the 1-day chart, but there are just more false signals associated with that. When you step up to the 2-day chart, there are less false signals. When you step up to the 3-day, it's that golden era. There are no false signals. There are major moves and things that happen when you are approaching and when you have it. So there are things that we've got to discuss right here today. Now, what is really cool is we have the red line, the 200 MA, and the green line, the 50 MA, project out when they're going to cross. Now, this is a custom indicator that all of my exclusive students have absolutely free. If you don't have it, not to worry. We'll cover it right here. And probably soon, you'll be an exclusive member. Keep your fingers crossed. Now, what we can notice is that when we had this death cross, some people say, oh, death crosses, they're not really a thing. Really? Because we plummeted in prices directly after we had it. And if you go back to 2019, we had a 3-day death cross and plummeted in prices directly after it. Now, if you're an OG fan, you've been watching our channel for a long time, you sat right in that chair and you watched my video way back in 2018 when we called this 3-day death cross, back when nobody wanted to pay attention to it. They all said, 3-day death cross, smash cross, not a big deal, who cares, not a big thing. Yeah, I think dropping from 6K to 3K was pretty big deal. We happened to call the 3-day death cross. We said it would probably plummet to the 200-week moving average, and that's precisely what it did. It was against all odds. They went left, we went right. We were on an island by ourselves, just screaming at the top of our lungs that these are nothing to play with. And people didn't want to take it seriously. If you look also back here in 2014, we had a 3-day death cross and plummeted in price. So each cycle in Bitcoin reacts the same. So if all of the death crosses reacted the same, all of the golden crosses should also act the same. So let's take our journey and let's start in the 2016, just in the early days of 2016, that golden cross that we had. Now, what can we decipher? What we know, and we'll just talk about the facts. What we know is we had a high price back here. We fell down to this red line. We started holding this red line as resistance, and that was our downfall. Once you break a key level of support and then hold it as resistance, all bets are off. Then we had this death cross, and we plummeted to find our bottom. We actually double bottomed here, and after we double bottom, we had a very, very large rally. You will often see this in bear markets. Bear markets, you want to look for that large rally. The one where everyone's like, yeah, right, prices are still going down. They don't. When you have this large rally, it drags the market out of the bear and into what's considered phase one of the bull. In phase one of the bull, it's a boring phase. Most people say, oh, bull, you said bull, that means prices just go up. No. That's not how markets act. You have to think. Bitcoin just made a tremendous all-time high and then spent 1.5 to 2 years actually getting destroyed. There was so much blood. We built an incredibly strong base. It takes a lot of momentum shifting to build an incredibly strong base after a long drawn-out bear market and then go into that phase one of the bull, dragging the market out of the bear into the bull. It takes a lot of effort and momentum. And at that moment, we have the largest rally and we didn't get higher in price for a couple hundred days. This is normal. What you'll often see is when you get into phase one of the bull, there's still the largest tug of war between the bulls and the bears. A lot of the bulls are like, that's it, we're going to the moon, which doesn't happen. And a lot of the bears are like, that's it, this is a fake out rally, we're about to plummet, and that doesn't happen. So the two overwhelmingly large community groups are completely wrong about phase one of the bull, and I'm just stating facts. These are just cold hard facts. So if you think this is an anomaly, it's happened in every single market where we have the largest rally out of it, and it just takes a few hundred days to really catch our breath. Case in point, holding support on this green line as we continue. So that's 2015, right? We had this golden cross, and that told us like, hey, we're getting close to this time that we're going to make a new higher high, higher than the previous one that dragged us out of the bear market. And that golden cross was the beginning of it all, because we started holding that green line as support, as support, as support, as support. Anytime that the market crashed down, it crashed down to the green line. And then we rallied way up and crashed way down to the green line, and rallied way up and crashed right down to the green line, and rallied way up and crashed right down to the green line. So we have a cheat code. Not only is this golden cross the mother of all golden crosses, we have cheat codes. This green line acts as our support during the bull. And when we break it, it's over. No matter what the bulls say, no matter what the bears say, the facts in the charts say it's over. Men lie, women lie, the charts don't lie. When you break this green line, sayonara, goodbye bull market, hello beginning of the bear market. And it's a hard pill to swallow. This is an emotional roller coaster. If you can control your emotions by looking only at the facts, ignore all the news. The news is just gonna, if you follow the news, you probably have no hair left. You probably pulled it all out. It's devastating. Now, let's look at it. 2019, we had our high price. We crashed down to this green line. We crashed through it. Disaster coming. Then we fell to this red line, held some support. We had this squeeze happen here, and then it pushed us down. We plummeted in price. We broke above the green line. We had our golden cross here, and the market was still catching its position, right? We had the largest rally out of the bear from here into the bull to here, and we didn't make a higher price than this, which happened again before the golden cross, for several hundred days, right? And if you look back at it, that first rally of the bear market, again, it takes a few hundred days for the price to get above that, plain and simple. Even in 2019, we had the largest rally. It took hundreds of days for us to get higher than this price. It took hundreds of days for us to get higher than this price. So if every bear market and every death cross acted the same in every market, shouldn't we do the same thing? Yeah, we're on schedule for it. We've been covering it months and months and months. We entered phase one of the bull in January. We talked about it right here on this channel. In February, there were now no doubts that we were in phase one of the bull. And by March, there was unequivocally, undeniably a clear path that we are in phase one of the bull. It's still debated with a lot of the bears, but they don't like facts. They like emotion. So here we are today. 2019, we came out of this. We had a golden cross here, the mother of all, and we struggled keeping this green line. Once we broke it, you already knew that phase one of the bull, that was done. We needed to recover back above this green line, all right? And it took us hundreds and hundreds of days, and we finally started in 2020 holding this as support, and again, coming crashing back down, holding it as support again in September. This was our really big pivotal moment because we were right near our previous high with this, and we came back up. We held support, and this was the breaking point. This was the moment that the market was ready to go on a tremendous rally. But as soon as we broke that green line here, we're in trouble, and the whole thing repeats itself. And we break down, we came back up, we broke down, we held this red line as support, just as we did in every other market cycle, held it as resistance with this green line, then we crashed back through, holding it as resistance here, and we crashed and we found our bottom, and we crashed and we found our double bottom, and then we broke above. This is the largest rally of the bear market that took Bitcoin out of the bear and into phase one of the bull. And here we are, and everything's repeating, right? Now price is getting up toward this red line, and we haven't yet had a cross, and we've been here before. Bitcoin getting up towards this red line, haven't yet had a cross. Bitcoin getting up towards this red line, haven't yet had a cross. We're here. So now what can we expect? Well, we can expect this golden cross to come. It looks like it's inevitable. It's on schedule to happen at the moment using our projections of these moving averages. It's scheduled to happen on August 8th. Now keep in mind, if Bitcoin rises in price, this will happen sooner. If Bitcoin falls in price, this will happen later. However, if Bitcoin falls in price and goes below the green line, we all know what that means. We all know what that means. Right now, we're in phase one of the bull. If we mess with this green line and close below, the bull's over. It's that simple. So how long will this bull last? Well, we can look at our past bulls and understand how long those lasted and look at all of the data that's in front of us. But unequivocally, if Bitcoin falls below this green line, we're in trouble. There's never been a time during a bull run where we fell below this green line and we weren't in trouble. It never happened. So we can say that based on the facts and the charts, we should look at that. And also based on the facts and the charts, we should look at when this cross happens, because August is a pivotal month for Bitcoin. Historically, it's been one of the most critical months of every market cycle that we've had so far, and we're on schedule for August to be relatively exciting. We should really pay attention to that. We should also understand that it might take some time for Bitcoin to get back above this 31,000. It might take some time. As we approach here, in the past, it took a few hundred days, and we said it when we reached 31,000. You know, we're a bunch of time in so far. If we look at it, you know, we're 50-ish days in from us saying, hey, it might be 100 or 200 days before we get above here. We're 50 days in, and so far that's looking like it could very well be, in fact, true. And we didn't have a crystal ball. We just looked at the facts. It happened in 2015. Took a couple hundred days to get above here. It happened in 2019. Took a couple hundred days to get above here. So who's to say it's not going to take a couple hundred days? We're 50 days in, and we're right on schedule. So we have our cross coming. Again, if prices rise, it happens sooner. If prices falls, we're in trouble, and this will happen a lot later. But let's get to the middle of our screen with the RSI. And by the way, those of you who love my channel, I've got a big announcement coming at the end of this video. If you really like my videos, you're going to want to hear this announcement. So at the middle of your screen, we have the RSI. Keep in mind, we're on the 3-day, and keep in mind, back in June of last year, we started with this trend line. We made our pivot low. We made a higher low here. We made another higher low in March, and we made yet another higher low in May. We are on schedule. This has been 1 year. The only problem is we made our highest high here, and we followed it up with a lower high. You don't want to see that. And what we also see happening recently with this lower high is we've sort of had a double top, right? We've had what's considered to be a double top with February and April. So a few months in between here and here, a double top in the RSI with some bearish divergence happening. All right. So these are just facts. Okay. You don't want to see this type of formation. You want to see a bounce off of here higher than 72 on the 3-day. You want to see that higher. And I have a feeling if we get higher than 72 on the 3-day, price will be above 31, which will throw our system a little bit out of whack. So it's going to be very exciting to see how this plays out. What you don't want to see is a bounce off of here in anything lower than 72. You don't want to see that. Then we're in a situation where we're holding true with our support. We're continuing to make higher lows, but we're not making higher highs. That tells you that this rally that we're in has lost its momentum, plain and simple. So what you want to see in the coming days is us get above 72, and this may take a few weeks, but we also want to get above this red line, and we want to continue to hold this green line as support. That's what you want to see. What else you don't want to see is at the bottom of your screen. Peel your eyes to the bottom. This is the ADX and DI. And simply put, when red is on top, price goes down. When green is on top, price goes up. It's that simple. Now, what you don't want to see is that green has been on top pretty much all year, right? We said January was the start of phase 1 of the bull, and case in point, this chart right here, we had been in red for over a year. We come into green, and we had a very short moment of time where the red took power. That was short-lived. We held support on the green, which we know to be very, very, very important. So we held support here. We held support here, so we weren't so concerned, and our concerns were correct, right? We had no concern because of the facts in the charts. We weren't running around pulling out our hair, so emotional. We're fine, right? Even if Grandma Betty called and she said Bitcoin's going to zero, we hung up the phone on her. We don't listen because we had the facts in the charts. Sorry, Grandma Betty. By the way, when we took back over in green, that was meant to be, right? Prices rose. We already knew the facts in the charts told us that was highly probable. But we see recently is red trying to take over, and then green as we speak. At this moment, green is starting to take back that momentum. We may look back at this time period 6 to 8 months from now and view it as one of these, because we are at our inflection point right now. We are holding support where we just were. We are holding support on the green line. So this may be one of the same scenarios as this one, where we don't give it too much weight. We're about to cross back up. We're looking good. Now, let's get to the announcement at the end of this video. So what I've been seeing for years and years in the comments, I really pay attention to the comments because it gives me the pulse of the community, and the pulse of the community is incredibly valuable to me. So I listen, I act, we make changes. So the pulse of the community, especially recently, but over the past several years, has been, wow, Steve, your videos are so valuable. I just can't believe that you're giving these videos for free on YouTube. Like, these are so valuable. It helps me stay level-headed. You provide me so much clarity. You never waver from your position. You're not switching from bull to bear to bull to bear to bull to bear. The comments are, Steve, you called the mega crash at 48K and then never wavered from that position. And then you called the first bottom at 17.5. You never wavered from that position. You called the second bottom at the 15.5. You never wavered. You weren't jumping bull, bear. You were level-headed. You told us repeatedly to buy into Bitcoin when we were at the bottom. You correctly called the bottom 2018. So it's just like there's value, right? And I get it. I get it that there's value. I'm blessed to be able to do this. My mission is to really help people. You can feel it when I make videos. I'm all about helping people. I don't mess around. I'm not trying to... if I was, I would have taken paid ads 6 years ago. I never took a dime of paid ads. And I think maybe there's only 3 humans that can say that on YouTube in crypto, especially over the past 6 years, maybe 2 or 3, including me. So it's incredibly rare. But for me, I stand on what I believe in, and I never waver from that. And I'm trying to help people with my pure heart. And every ounce of me is dedicated to helping people and making these videos. One thing that is abundantly clear is our Financial Freedom Academy, the FFA, is changing lots of lives already, and it's a baby. We just built it and we just launched it. And for our exclusive members, I'm doing everything in my power to make it even more valuable. And we're making the FFA better and better every week, which seems like not even imaginably possible. And we're always making it better and improving it in such a large way. And then everyone's like, holy crap, they can't get better than this. And a couple of weeks later, boom. So I am putting my blood, sweat, and tears. I strongly believe that the FFA is going to change a million lives. I really believe that. And you'll see if you ever get into the FFA. But what I'm doing is I know that these YouTube videos are incredibly valuable. I know that there's tremendous value in what I say because of how I deliver it and all of the big calls I've made before. So I want to start doing, instead of putting a YouTube video here on YouTube, I'm going to take it and put it inside of the FFA to give my exclusive members even more value. I always want to over deliver. Whenever you give me money for my courses or the FFA, when you get in, you say, holy beep. I provide so much value. I provide crazy value. I put my blood, sweat, and tears into it, and my customer service is at an all-time high. When you come into my courses or FFA, you get way more value than you paid for. And that's a fact. And you guys know I don't mess around. This is a pure bona fide fact. So my FFA people, every single human in there will tell you, Steve over delivers. And this is another example. I was going to put this video out on Wednesday here on YouTube for free with tons of value, but I'm going to talk about it live inside of the FFA and answer people's questions live and provide crazy value for my exclusive members. So I hope you appreciate it. I know you appreciate all the value. Now, does this mean I'm going to stop giving value on YouTube? Hell no. I'm going to take one video every now and again that I would have put for free on YouTube, and I'm going to put it exclusively to the FFA. And that's going to be on top of all the other incredible things in the FFA. People are going crazy about the form alerts, right? This is live, real-time analysis of the most important charts in Bitcoin. And then we have the market report, which is every week, the full market report. And then we have mini courses, which are changing people's lives, helping them protect their wealth, build their wealth, set up a system for the future. So incredible things happening in the FFA. I just wanted to talk from the heart for a second, and I hope you guys respect it. And if you're an exclusive member, you're probably bouncing in your seat right now knowing that there's going to be even more value like you didn't even think it was possible. So I'll see everybody in the FFA on Wednesday, live video to discuss these three components because these are major. I'll see you right back here in the next video. Peace and love to the fellow underdogs.